We've noticed a fresh development on social media site Twitter with regard to Shiv Sena. The Shiv Sena's official Twitter handle has lost its verified badge. There is a blue tick on all social media handles to prove that these are verified official handles of either that party, group or for an individual. But after it appears that Shinde won the round 1 of Election Commission giving that bow and arrow symbol to the Shinde faction, there is no verified badge for the Shiv Sena on the Uddhav Thackeray faction on Twitter. So could it be that Uddhav Thackeray has lost the verified badge on YouTube as well? Thackeray-led Shiv Sena camp has lost, so both Twitter and YouTube is where our team has noticed that their verified badge has been missing. And this specifically, one of the reasons could be, just to explain it to our viewers, that because of earlier Shiv Sena, as you can see, it's become Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray Shiv Sena. So when that new name was changed, that is when the verified handle has gone away. Now, there could be a fresh verified handle that could come in later, but what we have noticed is that since the name change. Let's bring in Dev Kotak for the latest on that. Dev, so that username has been done away with the blue verified badge?
Yes, absolutely. This is a classic case of, rubbing salt on somebody's injured wounds. So this is definitely not a great time for the Uddhav Thackeray-led camp because they're losing people after people, and now recently they've lost also the blue tick. So if there was any sort of validation that they were getting on a public forum like Twitter, it was through a blue tick. And now having lost that also after the bow and arrow symbol and the original Shiv Sena name, this is definitely not a good time for the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena. So you can really understand in terms of what they're going through. The party has gone into a huddle. They're holding a series of meetings since the past few days, in fact 2 days, they have been calling the Shinde-led camp as thieves, and just saying that just because the Election Commission of India has validated the thieves.
But the fact is that Shinde had 40 MLAs and he managed to successfully pull that coup. One of the reasons that he got the bow and arrow original symbol too. What are we expecting from Uddhav Thackeray faction in Mumbai? They are definitely escalating the fight to Supreme Court. Are we expecting more in domestic politics in the state of Maharashtra? Like you're saying, they're planning, they're threatening already and they're accusing them. But any chance of getting the numbers on their side, Dev?
Well, the numbers seem like a far cry at this point in time. It is definitely anything but reality because it's a massive task, a rather uphill task. We can also expect a series of incidents and events where there might be a ruckus and they might resort to chaos. Also, there are a couple of meetings that are expected later during the day. So you can try and understand that Shiv Sena is not entirely sure in terms of what they want to do or what their game plan will be, because like I mentioned earlier as well, that they are going to go into a huddle and decide on a game plan and a series of strategies in terms of whether they even want to surely approach the Supreme Court. As of now, they say they do, but they don't know what their game plan is. But we will continue to try and track the story more and bring for our viewers in terms of exactly what is happening and when they're going to be approaching the Supreme Court against the Election Commission's ruling and the verdict that they're given and deciding to give the name Shiv Sena and the bow and arrow symbol to the Shinde-led faction.
With me, because what we are looking at primarily is right now, because there's been a name change on social media sites for Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, which is Uddhav Thackeray Balasaheb Shiv Sena. But because of that, they've lost the verified badge. Now, this could be a technicality also. This has happened earlier. The question is, will they get the verified badge very soon, as they are an official political party? Even though this, remember, in many ways may be a technical issue, but it comes definitely after already a loss of losing 40 MLAs of a government that does not have Uddhav Thackeray anymore, and now also the bow and arrow symbol that's been snatched away from them.